What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you're having a great day today. I couldn't see the majority of this episode pretty much because of Donald Trump's announcement about the government shutdown and blah blah blah. And so I pretty much saw the beginning of the episode and towards the end of the episode. So that's what I'm gonna focus on. Um, First of all, I cannot picture Jason making breakfast. I'm just saying. That shocked me. I'm like, Jason can cook. Like, and that food looked good too. I ain't even gonna lie. That breakfast did look good. I think it was what, bacon, eggs, and potatoes, homemade potatoes. That should look good. I was like, damn, I didn't know Jason could cook. All right now. I was like, damn. I was shocked. I was like, okay, yeah, I can cook on this show. Okay. Um, I just can't picture Jason Morgan standing over a stove making anything. I can picture him picking up the phone ordering takeout or something, but cooking, I can't picture that. Um, and we all know Sam can't cook. She just basically admitted it. She loved her toaster oven and her microwave. She can't cook. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, I'm not really big on cooking myself. You know, I can cook a few things here and there, but I'm not like a master chef or anything like that. It's a long process to cook. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It's a process. For me to make something where it's like 3 or 4 dishes all together, for me to do that, I have to be in the mood. Like, cause it takes at least probably 2 hours. You know what I mean? Depending on what I'm cooking. So if I'm gonna dedicate 2 hours to cooking, I seriously have to be in that mind frame. I have to be in the mood to do it. Um, so anyway, I don't blame Sam for having anxiety. She pretty much has anxiety every time Jason walks out the door because of that night back in 2012. You know, they were happy. He walked out the door and she didn't see him for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So I totally get, it's like PTSD in a way. That anxiety kicks in and, you know, she gets scared every time he walks out the door because she think, I might not see this cat again. Before when she didn't see him, it was for 5 years. If something happens again, it might be permanent. You know what I mean? Let me answer this question because I keep seeing messages or comments about it. Let me clarify something. So that way, hopefully, I don't have to see any more comments about it. Steve Burton is not leaving GH because I seen another comment yesterday. Somebody talking about Jason leaving the show. No, he's not. No, he's not. He even admitted it 2 years ago when he came back. He said when he came back 2 years ago, he signed a long-term contract. He's sticking with the show forever. For however long the show is going to be on the air is how long he's going to be on the show. So he's not leaving. I don't know why people keep thinking he's leaving the show. He's not leaving. So now that we put that to bed, as far as Jason and Sam getting back together, like I said before, I don't care if they get back together or not. That's what happens. If it happens, it happens. It don't. That's fine. I know there's like a split fan base where I know some people want them back together and some people want her back with Drew. I mean, from what I've seen of her and Drew's relationship, I liked it. Um, Drew, he was definitely different from how Jason treats her. I'm not saying that Jason treats her bad or anything like that, but when it comes to putting her first, Drew definitely wins in that category. Like, he doesn't, you know, jump whenever Sonny and Carly tell him to jump. He's there for her. You know what I mean? Like, he has put her first. That's something Jason hasn't really mastered. It's like whenever Sonny and Jason call, he runs. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta put your woman first sometimes. I understand that that's his friends and all that. I get it, but they can't always come first. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta put your kids and your relationship first. That's what comes first. Um, Let other people sort out their own issues. Call the police, whatever. You ain't gotta call Super Jason every time you need something. Damn, the man got a life too. Um, so anyway, Jason, I guess, had to go meet Spinelli or whatever, so we'll be seeing Spinelli Monday. Um, I feel bad for Drew. I really do. I feel bad for Drew because his son, like, he just found out he had a son. And he barely had that much time to reconnect with him, get to really know him. He's got to know him in the short time that he's known him. but he has a lot of years to make up for, and now he's not going to get that chance. You know, that's a low blow. That's a major low blow. Low blow. That's like a gut punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel super bad for him because it's a shame, you know, you didn't really get to know your own kid, and then when you do start to get to know him, you find out he's dying. He's on borrowed time at this point. You don't know, he can die tomorrow. I feel bad for him, you know. I really do. Like, you can see it all over his face. And you know, Carly basically was just letting him know, like, she don't even know how he's standing. I could say the same thing for Carly. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, she lost a child herself, and this was a child that she, you know, raised from birth. You know what I'm saying? So I can imagine the grief that she went through. I mean, hell, we saw the grief. You know what I mean? Like, Drew is going through something with a child that he didn't actually raise, though. He just recently found. So there's a different sadness there. Not saying that Carly's grief is greater than his. It's not, but it is different because, like I said, she raised her son from birth to adulthood. So for him to die at the young age, you know, he was in his 20s. It's like that's a gut punch in itself too. So the question, you know, she asked him, how is he still standing? I was wondering the same thing about Carly too. Shit, how are you still standing? You know, how can anybody still stand after losing any child? You know, how could you? How could you move on? But, you know, having other children and stuff like that, it pushes you to keep going. You know, that's the beautiful thing of having more kids. You know, even though one is leaving you or one has left you, you still have other people to live for. You know what I mean? So that's always the bright side of it. You know, of keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? But I do feel bad for Drew, man. That's tough right there. Um, so moving on from that, it was super funny how when, you know, Carly found out Jason and Sam basically are back together again, she was all giddy. When Sonny came in, that was the funniest scene when Sonny came in there. Sonny, she told Sonny, "Oh, I got something to tell you. Don't tell anybody." That shit was super funny. Sonny was like, "What, am I being indicted?" I said, for real, like, Sonny had me dying when he said that shit. Carly sitting there talking about, "Oh, Jason and Sam are back together." He said, Sonny had that reaction like, "Okay, you've been saying this shit for like a year and a half." It's so true though, because Carly been saying that for a year and a half that that Jason and Sam are getting back together to get back together. So I can understand why Sonny was unenthused by that, because he thought that it was just Carly hoping that they were going to get back together as usual. But it's actually the real deal at this point. Um, that shit was super funny though. I really want to know. But matter of fact, before I even get into that situation, so now they're getting the goods on Kevin at this point. Because remember that Dr. Cabot guy who worked for the DVX, or he did some work for the DVX or whatever. So remember, Finn and Anna asked Kevin, Ryan, if he ever worked for or associated with the WSB, the DVX, or Dr. Cabot. Ryan said no. I believe the real Kevin actually did. So, of course, Ryan wouldn't know that. So that's why Ryan said no, because he wouldn't know if Kevin worked with the DVX before the WSB or this Dr. Cabot. Of course, Ryan wouldn't know that. Only the real Kevin would, obviously. Um, so my boy Robert Scorpio came through with the file, and it showed that Kevin was definitely a person of interest. Kevin did work with Dr. Cabot. You want to know what irritates me a little bit is, wow, how come every time Robert comes to town, Anna be treating him like he Jehovah's Witness? I'm just saying, like, every time Robert comes to town, Anna acts like she has an attitude with him, or she doesn't want to be around him, or she don't want to see him. Like, what is? I thought they were cool. Like, what is the issue with her? Like, she just seemed like she don't have, like, she don't want to give Robert the time of day. It's like, what is the problem? I thought they were friends still, you know, cool. And Robert definitely does always come to rescue Anna whenever she's a damsel in distress sometimes. So you think that she would be a little more happy to see her baby daddy. I'm just saying. Because whenever she need Robert or information, who she call? Robert. Every time. Every time she get into some shit, Robert's there. But yet when he comes to town, she treat him like garbage sometimes. I don't understand that. Like, why they got her doing that. Like, treating him like that. I don't get it. Um, So yeah, so now they figured that Kevin was basically lying, Ryan. Um, so now they're definitely gonna be looking into this Dr. Cabot and what his connection is to this virus that's going around. From what I heard, Robert and Finn are gonna be going on some little adventure. That should be funny as hell because I actually do like the interaction between Finn and Robert. I love their interaction. It's super sarcastic. It's funny as all hell, and I can't wait to see the two of them going on this little adventure together. It should be fun. Um, so anyway, Elizabeth and Franco was looking up, researching about, I guess, gay children or LGBTQ community or whatever they were doing. Just researching it. And Elizabeth, she brought up a really good point, and it was a fair point to bring up that, of course, the LGBTQ community is not accepted 100%. People don't, accept that their way of life, basically. You got people out there that are just, stuck in back in the day mode, or they don't accept that type of thing or whatever. And you can't force people to accept something. It's, if they don't accept it, they don't accept it. That it is what it is. That's their own hang-ups and prejudices and all that nonsense and stuff like that. So of course I think she's just researching to see what Aiden is up against if he is gay. Like, just seeing what the world is like towards that community. And I'm happy that her and Franco did research it, and they're trying to be knowledgeable about it, trying to figure out how to handle it when the time comes. Prepare themselves for it. I think that's a good thing. Um, but at the same time, we don't know what Aiden's sexual orientation is. I think they're just assuming it. And it sucks that they're using that assumption, but I can understand that they want to be prepared just in case they are right. I get it, but at the same time, I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about that, because if he's not coming to you directly telling you, I wouldn't worry about it. For now, I would just continue to let him be him, let his personality shine, and be supportive. That's what they should do at this point, which they are doing, and I totally applaud that. They're gonna continue to let him do him. That scene was funny as hell though, when Jake and Aiden came downstairs asking, for soda and cookies or cupcakes or whatever, treats and stuff. I have to agree with Elizabeth on that. I mean, you got to compromise. You cannot give these kids dessert and soda. And mind you, it was only, what, 10 in the morning? I say, yeah, that's too much. They will be bouncing off the walls the whole day. You cannot give them kids that much sugar. No, 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 no. No, hell no. No. Shit, I don't even drink soda at 10 in the morning. I'm drinking like juice or water at 10 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, it's a little too early for that type of sugar. But that was, I mean, I agree with Jake. Jake told Aiden straight up, we're winning, take the win. I said, for real, that's how you school your little brother and stuff like that. Take the win, learn when to walk away when you're winning. You gotta compromise. You can split a cupcake, get a cookie, but no soda. Take the W, because you're not gonna get all of that. You know what I'm saying? They thought they were gonna get the cookie, the cupcake, and the soda. No, 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 no. Y'all can split one cupcake. You know what I mean? I like the way Liz parents her kids though, because it's so realistic. It's like that's how I grew up too. You know what I mean? Like, when you want like a cupcake or something before dinner or something like that, you got to get the compromise in there. Because me growing up, I would take like 2 or 3 cupcakes before dinner. But the compromise was I can have one and that's it. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to spoil your dinner. That's how a lot of us grew up. And I like her style of parenting. It's realistic. Um, I'm happy that, Sonny was there for Laura and stuff, because she needs all the support that she can get. I guess Sonny said that his people were trying to get in touch with Luke or whatever, but they can't get in touch with him at this point. Why isn't anyone contacting Tracy? Because Tracy is with Luke at this point. So why not call Monica or something and get in contact with Tracy? If you get in contact with Tracy, you'll reach Luke, because that's who she's with. So it's easier that way. Because, when Luke goes off the grid, it's hard to find him. But he's with Tracy, so that should make it a little easier. It sucks that Luke's not there with her, though. But what kind of pissed me off, though? This woman was stabbed. Where are the guards? Why aren't there any cops outside the door? Security? Why don't Sonny got his people outside the door? I mean, it was inevitable that you knew Ryan was going to try to finish her off once he heard she was surviving. And when she was in there by herself and stuff, and she opened her eyes and stuff, and she saw Ryan, I was like, oh shit. I knew he was gonna come in there and try to finish the job. I knew it. It pissed me off. They ain't have no guards outside the door. I'm like, this woman was a victim of a stabbing. You know the killer is still out there. Why not post somebody at the door? It would have just made a lot more sense. But of course, they don't want to make sense on this show. Um. So anyway, Ryan was predictable. I knew his ass was gonna try to finish the job, little sicko. He looked crazy as all hell when he was looking at her. I said, "You a sick bastard." Um. So anyway, again, Jordan is wasting taxpayers' money, questioning the wrong man yet again. Um. I didn't see the point in her questioning Peter. She knew Peter didn't do it. She interrogated him all because he was the last person to talk to Lulu. So if that's the case, why not interrogate Laura? Laura was the last person to physically see Lulu. So why not interrogate her? I felt like that was a little bias on Jordan's part. And as a commissioner, you should remain unbiased. Like if you're going to treat him like a suspect and question him, why not do the same for the mother slash the mayor slash your boss? But keyword boss, so of course she wouldn't question her own boss. Um, I felt like that was just dumb. But anyway, she got the proof that, of course, Peter had an alibi. He was where he said he was, which was the book launch. So he got proof that he was nowhere near Lulu's office. Um, Maxie and Peter together, I mean, if they get together, they get together. I don't care. But at this point, I feel like it's forced because everywhere Peter is, Maxie shows up. Everywhere Maxie is, Peter shows up. It's kind of like forcing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it when it's force fed. It makes it like, let it happen a little natural. Stop forcing it. Um, Ava is on the loose. I swear she was hoping Lulu woke up so Lulu could tell them who did it. I'm telling you now, when Ava finds out that Ryan was the one that killed her daughter, I'm telling you now, she will flip that town upside down. I'm telling you, all hell is gonna break loose when she find out. Somebody gonna get hurt. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Ryan better hope that the cops lock his ass up before Ava catch him. I'm just saying, he better pray. Ava will knock his shit off. I'm telling you, she gonna torture that man. But anyway, I hope all you have a great day. I hope you all have a wonderful, fantastic weekend. I will see you all Monday. Have a great weekend. Have a great day. Peace.